What is up, 12 Nation? You're on the Hawk Alert. I'm Saahil Kapoor. As you saw in the title of this video, we're talking about the DK Metcalf saga. There's a bunch of reports in the news that DK Metcalf's going to get traded. There's now a Las Vegas, there's odds that he's going to get traded to one team or another. So we're going to break it down this video, my opinions on if he should be traded. If he does get traded, where is he going? And much more. So let's cue that in. So like I said, my name is Saahil Kapoor. You're on the Hawk Alert. DK Metcalf has 1 year left on his Seattle Seahawks rookie contract, and the Seahawks have not extended him yet. A lot of fans are a bit disappointed with the Seahawks. They believe that DK Metcalf is their franchise receiver, a generational talent, a future superstar in the NFL, and a future Hall of Famer. Many people think that he shouldn't be on the team next year. There's many mixed sides, and personally, I just want to get this out of the way. My side is I believe DK Metcalf should be traded. But even though that's my side, I'm going to still talk about the pros of trading DK and the cons of trading DK. So let's get into the pros. I think the pros are to see how good Drew Lock is. By giving Drew Lock, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett, you're letting him use one of the best receivers in the league in DK Metcalf and have one of the best route runners in Tyler Lockett. And some say Lock didn't succeed in Denver because he didn't have a good wide receiver core. Metcalf and Lockett and D. Eskridge are perfect. He's also getting Noah Fant. So Lock does not have the excuse of saying, oh, I didn't have any targets, so that's why I had a bad season. There's all the targets in the world. Some say this could be the best receiving crew in the NFL. So Drew Lock does have weapons of DK Metcalf's days. And let's just get that straight out of the way. DK Metcalf is really good. I mean, that's one of the pros of him staying. He's just such a good football player. He's the complete package when it comes to a wide receiver. He has hands, he has speed, route running, size, strength. He has everything that you want in a receiver. DK Metcalf is the perfect receiver, and any team in the NFL would be willing to take him from the Seattle Seahawks. With Russell Wilson gone, DK Metcalf came out in the news about 2.5 weeks ago and said, it's time for me to step up and become a leader. And we typically don't see wide receivers being a leader at such a young age, but we don't even see receivers being a leader. Like, when was the last time a wide receiver was the leader of his offense? We can't really remember a time because good receivers are paired with good quarterbacks. If Drew Lock can become the leader in Seattle, so can DK Metcalf. The both of them are going to be dominant if it works out. And DK Metcalf, let's say he does get extended, in a few years, we're going to start calling him a veteran. He's going to be helping new guys in the wide receiver room. DK Metcalf is always going to be a talented receiver, and he's always going to be eager to teach his teammates, I feel like. And if Lock doesn't work, so signing DK to an extension gives the next QB good receivers. But now to the con of that, paying DK Metcalf $25 million when you're uncertain about your quarterback future isn't the smartest choice. The next thing is it's a counter argument, very counterintuitive with these pros, but leaders are usually QBs. Like I said, you rarely see receivers. But, I mean, if DK Metcalf really is determined to be a leader, then he could definitely be a leader. there's possibilities of getting the 4th pick in the draft. The mock drafts have come out. Fans cited on Twitter reported that the Seattle Seahawks declined the 10th overall pick for DK Metcalf. So I'm pretty sure in these next few coming weeks, if the Seattle Seahawks can somehow work down the Jets to the 4th overall pick, then there's no way that they can decline that trade. The 4th overall pick gives keys to pretty much everyone in this draft except Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson's definitely a top 3 pick, but everyone after that is uncertain. Excuse me. And one thing that we've seen in recent NFL history, spending big money like $25 million on a receiver can often bring your team down. Like we saw the Chiefs pay for Tyreek Hill, and now Tyreek Hill's out. So paying big money to a receiver is also not the smartest choice. And also there's always that injury factor that can play in. DK Metcalf hasn't been injury prone in the NFL. In college he was. Reports said that in week 8 he suffered something in his leg, and that continued the whole season. And he had surgery, so maybe he could be injury prone, but since he's such a warrior and he wants to persevere, he plays with injuries, which is not smart. And QB competition isn't set. I mean, like there's going to be a competitor for Drew Lock. There's a bunch of guys. We could even see Corral. Ritter is definitely a possibility. Carson Strong, Sam Howell. There's a bunch of guys that could compete with Drew Lock for the quarterback in Seattle. I mean, it's not really certain right now, and spending $25 million when having a receiver like this, spending $25 million on a receiver like this and having no quarterback is just not the smartest thing to do. One thing I said is you won't see an elite receiver make a quarterback better, but you'll see an elite quarterback make a not good receiver better. So in some cases, it does work out. Like a bad receiver a good elite receiver like Terry McLaurin can sometimes help his team, but Terry McLaurin made the playoffs once, and it was with a 7-9 record. So, being a great receiver with bad quarterbacks isn't a big thing. And the Seahawks, if they want to remain as a 7-9 team for the next few years, by all means, go ahead and pay DK Metcalf $25 million. But if you want to be a winning football club for the next few years, then I think you should turn around, trade him for possibly the 4th overall pick in the draft, draft some generational talents. There's a bunch of guys. I'm going to have a friend on the channel. We're going to be breaking down a mock draft, 1 through 16. So make sure to subscribe and like this video. Follow the Instagram and Twitter. DM me any Seahawks questions you have, or if you possibly want to be on the channel. I'm Saahil Kapoor, signing off. Go Seahawks.